Darth Nihl was a male Nagai, probably around 20 to 30 years old.
Nagai were like humans, but had pale skin, black hair, and possessed above average reflexes. His base strength was above average, but when amplified with the Force, with augmentation he could block strikes from Cade Skywalker, and with Force-augmented speed, he could fight and keep up with Darth Talon and Cade Skywalker. But he got pretty speed blitzed by a stronger Cade Skywalker, and he lost his hand to Cade, but as punishment, he got a Vong arm instead of his original arm. But this didn't seem to affect his physicality. He was very durable, being able to survive the embrace of pain. That's one of the most painful things in Star Wars, and could take physical attacks from Cade. As a Nagai warlord, he was a skilled strategist and fighter. Even before he became a Sith, he was a feared warlord, and as most of his species, he was skilled in combat, specifically melee combat. His skill was really good, enough to grant him a place in the One Sith Order, and after some training, he did become one of Krait's hands. The rank of Emperor's Hand is a very high rank. They were Krait's personal agents. Nihl used a long lightsaber. The length of the handle makes it easier to swing around the body using almost any joints. A fighting style with a long-handed hilt takes advantage of its large grip to allow the wielder to rotate the weapon around the body, described in the Legacy-era campaign guide. And from the weapon's design, we see that it would give more reach than a normal lightsaber, but less than a spear. And because it's a lightsaber that he's fighting against, that would mean that you could just slice the weapon in two. That would mean that it's less usable than a spear against sword, because a sword can't easily destroy a spear. But if it's a lightsaber, that would mean that you would be able to slice it in two, therefore limiting its effectiveness. It's actually been stated that Nihl created his own fighting style, and it makes sense because his style hasn't been confirmed or hinted at. He seemed to be more of an offensive duelist, using his weapon for long fast attacks to catch his opponents off guard, and he used acrobatics to avoid incoming attacks. But when his opponents got close, he used physical attacks such as punches and kicks. Some of his feats are easily destroying Wolf Sasson, losing to Cade Skywalker, and keeping up with Darth Talon. Darth Nihl was actually stated to be the third or fourth most powerful Sith in the One Sith Order, along with Darth Talon in power. After Krait and Wirelock in power, he was able to tame a Takata beast casually. After defeating Wolf Sasson and getting speed blitzed by a weakened Cole Skywalker, he was able to kill Cole Skywalker with lightning. This is impressive because Cole was stated to be the most powerful Jedi in the Order at the time, but Nihl does not scale to Cole. Cole was weakened, and Nihl needed an army even stand a chance against him, and Cole actually speed blitzed him before. So it's a bit less impressive because Cole was weakened. But Nihl has other feats like Force pushing a pre-prime Cade, and he has been able to Force choke a pre-prime Cade Skywalker. But Cade was of guard just like Cole. After defeating Talon, Nihl came in and choked him while he was focused on Talon. Ulic Quel Droma was a human male in his physical prime. He has feats of easily overpowering a Mandalorian with one hand and blocking strikes from Exarchon. Ulic has literally broken chains by flexing and deflecting blaster bolts while carrying his brother on his back. Ulic was also very agile, appearing as a blur and blitzing Warb Null. Ulic was a very skilled duelist. Before his prime, he was able to fight against 100 dark side warriors, and easily outmaneuvering Warb Null, someone that used a long lightsaber with a lot of reach.
So you may guess what that means.
And it's even more impressive because Warb Null was stated to be amped by his armor. He also defeated his brother that was also a skilled fighter. He has also defeated the Mandalorian leader while not having his lightsaber and only having an axe, and where the Mandalorian had the tactical advantage. and easily his most impressive dueling feat is fighting Exer Kun. Ulic was able to fight as an equal with Exer Kun's single-bladed style, Exer being the most skilled swordsman during that time period. Ulic has been stated in the Knights of the Old Republic campaign guide to be a specialist in Form 5 lightsaber combat, using strength-based counter-attacks from blocking positions. Ulic Quell Droma was a very powerful Sith Lord. Ulic has been able to fight as an equal with Exer Kun with one blade activated, they literally being able to fight for hours. This would directly scale Ulic to other powerful Jedi like Vodo Syosk Baas. Vodo was also able to fight against Exer Kun with one blade activated, the same Exer that was stated to be the most powerful Sith Lord in history up to that point in time. Ulic has a couple of abilities as well. For offense he has TK, Force Push, and Force Choke. As well as telekinesis. He also has mind tricks, and he has the dark side amulet that can fire beams. For defense he has Totumanic Force Absorb, and Force shields that are powerful enough to block blaster fire, and he can shut off. It's pretty clear to see who has the advantage. Ulic has fought people with long lightsabers like Nihl, so he will have experience with Nil's tricks. And Ulic is way more powerful, but I don't think Nihl will be speed blitzed because Cade Skywalker is stronger than Ulic, but it's the same dynamic.